Hi and welcome to a new Plugin Guru video. My name is John Skippy Limcool. Welcome. We have a new library by Tim Dale to share with you right now. This is Omni-X Volume 2, 256 BPM analog and digital, really cool, only rhythmic patches for Omnisphere 2. Also comes with 64 multis, so you can get into all sorts of really cool layers of all these different. There's so many sounds to combine them up. It's actually fun to make them yourself, but he made 64 to get you started. So we're going to take a look at these. This is, like I said, the fourth library from this gentleman. He's also released first Sabersphere, which was the first library he released. Then we did Sabersphere Volume 2, which is another library of just all over the place, really cool, inspiring patches. Then Omni-X was what we released 2 years ago, and it's BPM more analog flavored, I'd say. Whereas Omni-X Volume 2 is a little more aggressive and definitely a different vibe. So he's pushed the envelope. So we're going to go through these patches in just a second. So if you want to buy this library or other libraries, I have, it's like over 60 libraries at this point. It's pretty insane. They're all at my website, pluginguru.com. All of these plugins are supported, so you can click on one of these if you wanted to see the Omnisphere libraries, which there's quite a few of. If a library isn't there that you want, hit the contact button, send me a note, let me know. So we're going to go through these patches. Like I said, there's 256. I don't think we're going to make it through every single one. So here we go. Act of Mod. And like all of our libraries, Mod Wheel takes you all over the place. Okay. I don't even know how to say the name of this one, but this is one of the Mod Wheel. Now, because there's so much change, let me show you an example of what you can do with this type of stuff. So I'm going to have a groove playing. Now, when you play this sound, you can use the mod wheel to interject all sorts of accents and so forth into the sound. So it's not just for transition going up and down kind of things and stuff like that. Okay. Bits of Monday. And remember, with every one of these patches, turn off the ARP and you can just play it, okay? Okay, up next is Chomper. Nice bit of grit. Again. Use the mod wheel for accents, all sorts of things, curveball. Another thing to think about, a lot of these patches are kind of busy. They're like, but you could like stretch this out. Right? You can change the patterns that you see with these. So you can change the patterns just by going to the art page, clicking the little bars. It's actually really fun. Then you go, yeah, I made this. Cool. A lot going on just by holding down a note down. Okay. Just to show you, here's the list. I mean, BPM bass, drum, BPM effects, BPM organ, pads, perk, sequence basses, which means there's more of a melody to them. sequence bells, synth, then BPM synth. There's some BPM textures, BPM transition things, and Vox. So there is a lot of patches. Okay, here's square taps. Cool vibes. I mean, really great ideas. He's using a flanger. Turn off the flanger. Just sits there. But the flanger gives it this cool, mysterious, like, undercover motion thing going on. Synth Nervosa. That's a turn up. Trimmer. Yum yum. And again, remember the trick. Basses can become leads, leads can become basses. So a lot of these we have all sorts of lead fodder to work with there, right? BPM bells. Okay, here's fast balimba. Yeah, it's like playing like Jordan Rudess. There you go. Just nice and easy. Another BPM bell, Shatterfall. Now, these are not using new samples. This is using samples and synth waveforms inside of Omnisphere for the whole library. There's no new sound sources. Okay, BPM drums. Now again, kind of busy, right? You could take all this off and have it be like something that you could put into a beat. So it doesn't have to be this solo clap guy. You can easily just take out the things that are unnecessary to get you your 2 and 4. And now you have a cool clap to put into your mix. Here's Chipper Groove. Deep soft kick. Cool. Kick and squash. Cool. There's some cool hats. More kicks. Effects, alien signals. Bird chirps. Yeah. Need a little seasickness. Really cool stuff. Robotic Warpath. Here's a Stutterfall. And this is just using the mod envelopes. Cool. UFO Descent. And back up. BPM lead. Again, cool bass too. Okay. Some BPM organ patches. Cool stuff. Where are we at? All right. Last outpost. Cool. Okay. Broken warmth. A cool example of going to multi-mode and turning on stack mode, which makes everything become the same MIDI channel so that you could use layer 2. Let's do this. Let's go to, for part 2, let's go to Sabersphere. There's all these really nice pads. And let's turn it down. We don't want to be quick. Really nice. Okay, so it's really easy to layer and stack with a lot of these, especially like the pad things that we're looking at. So turn stack mode off. Enigma. Okay, there's a number of other paths. Searching for the depths. Very nice. Sample and hold uncertainty. Okay, BPM perk. Cool. Die Eisbahn. And of course, there's comments explaining what's going on, so you can know how to use these sounds. Paddle link. So here's Van Ellen belt. Zulu Oscar Oscar Mike. All right. Then we get to the BPM sequence stuff. This is stuff that has more melody in it. Very cool. Now, a lot of these patches have kind of a shorter kind of bass sound. If you want, you can hit link and go to the amp and just release up a little bit. And now it's more legato. So it just depends on how you want to use it. Simple tweak like that can make a big difference in just changing the overall personality. Okay. So there's so many ideas in here to start with, and the swing. And if you don't like the swing or you want to modify the swing feel, right here's your swing knob. And again, go over here to release. Between that and the length, you'll find the place that you want. And if you really want to mess things up, right click on this and say randomize and give it full value. So now each time it plays a new note, it gets a new value spit into the length. So you can get all sorts of random, unpredictable things to happen. We like random. Lots of fun possibilities with random, and this engine with so many parameters to work with, random is a great thing to have. Here's Talking Dirty. Wood Chips. Winter Showers. Very nice. Still Daft. Awesome. Here's Aerated. And again, these are as easy as going multi, turning on stack. Let's go to layer 2. Let's go to Omni-X volume 2, the same library, and go to a BPM bass sequence and just layer them in. Dramatic turn. Add a big bass to that and you got a cool dramatic score. Electrostatics. So here's Electrostatus. The names really match the sounds and what you're going to hear, you know. Here's Energy Spectrum. There's your spectrum. Okay. Fifth Heaven. Here's Happy Beeps. All right, that makes me happy. Here's Lexicon. Nanoparticles. Cool. And we gotta play Omni-X Returns. There you go. Yay for Omni-X. Here's a Photon Dance. Popcorn Maker. Yeah, Quadrants. So you get the idea. There's just a ton of, like, I wouldn't have thought of doing that, but I want to use that, you know? And again, turn off the ARP. And it's a nice lead sound. So there's lots of places to use these. It's like you're getting an extra bonus 256 patches by turning the ARP off. So don't forget to play with that. Terminus. Ultimatum. Cool. Updated Casio. Cool. Here's Wave Dance. Module up is out there. Cool. Gotta have some of that out there stuff every now and then. Analog Surf's up. Very cool. Very fun. Aspiralon. Cool. Bees in slow motion. Beryllium. With Boing. Bullet Train. Made for fast arpeggiated lines. Let's play big open chords and hang on, you know? Cave Art. Cut the Chatter. Saimru Beats. I don't know what a Saimru is, but that's cool. Electron Spin. Cool. I can hear that in the track. X-Trance. Pretty cool. Jingle noisy kind of thing to bring in a synth into the module. Cool. Here's Framp. Okay. Grecos. Kind of going for that glitchy. Fun. High-tech commuting. And again, sometimes less is more. So you have that choice just by going to the art page and modifying. So have fun. However, like in a case like this, the ARP's not on. So if that's the case, what you would do is you would click right here to look down this list. And this will tell you what is changing this synthesizer to do the rhythmic stuff. And you see that Mod Envelope 1 is doing things and LFO2 is doing things. So that's our three sources that are being put into play. So LFO2, I can play with that. And then if I go over here to mod envelopes 1, and if you're going to play with things, I would suggest using snap, so that way it will snap it to clock values so that it... And if you want, you right click on this, and instead of a step, let's make it a curve. And you can do all sorts of things to the sound, as long as you're not changing this last point. This last point is where the loop, that's determining where it's going to go back to the beginning. And if you mess this up, then it's not going to be in time. It's going to fall apart. So just make sure that the looping point at the end of this repeating is in sync, right? Anything that happens in between those 2 points, it's good times. You can do all sorts of things you want to try. You can set this to be forward pulse. And you can bring it super close if you want it glitchy. So it's just stuff like that you can play with. So you kind of have to look at the patch for a second. First thing to look at is to see if ARP is on. And if it's not, then you click right here to see what the list is of what is changing the sound. And then go play. Have fun. Mess it up. I can do science. Wait, it should be like a... I can do science. Right? My name's Dr. Jekyll. Watch what I can do. Inverse blue. Okay. Layered echoes. Micro fragments. Great job with the names, don't you think? I like names that tell you what you're going to get before you play it. MS-20 Angels. Cool. Never go full epic. I like that. Just call it up. It's nice and powerful. Power octaves. Okay. Protopulse. Cool. Lots of stuff on the mod wheel to play with. Quantum Realm. That's different. Random euphemisms. Alright, we're in experimental land, my friends. Okay, so the mod wheel will get you closer to... So you can use the mod wheel to, like... He made it default be kind of out there. Then the mod wheel up will give you the tonality without the glitch. So... Cool. Gotta have different ideas, different ways of approaching things. Rotoscope. Okay. Here's Scorpius. Cool. Space Panic. Yeah. Cool. Subspace Messages. Cool. System Ghosts. And again, this is one where the ARP is being used, so you could turn the ARP off. Okay. Transmodular. I'll tell you one thing. If you look at some of the effects for these patches, there's all sorts of stuff being used in creative ways to learn from these patches. So Tim is an effect monster. He loves effects. So Uncertain Times. Very appropriate. All right, walkie-talkie. Cool, fun stuff. All right, so let's get to the BPM textures. FM experiments. PSU for pads. Ow. Very experimental, no doubt. SETI. So, you know, when you get to your fourth library, you have to throw all sorts of new, like, what ifs up against the wall. So you guys get the advantage of experimentalism in these. Cool. Bubble riser. These are transition things, so you can add. So you can add those types of transition things, hyper tape speed. Cool. Some Vox. Chirrups. Off the orbital plane. Cool. And finally, the last one is Pulsavox. So that's the patches. Also, just real briefly, there are 64 multis. If you hit the multi button right here, go right here, you can cycle down to the Omni-X Volume 2 library. There's 64 multis. A lot of these are carried away with all sorts of crazy stuff going on. I suggest hitting the stack button so that you could change the multis and you'll see what's being used and what the layout is. So you know, okay, there's a whole bunch of patches layered. Right? This is one where there's a split, so. Right? So look at this as your map as to how to use these and how to play these. Because sometimes you'll see split in the names. Sometimes it's just going to be call it up, hit stack to take a look. Cool. Cool stuff. Contrawave. Stuff going on down here. So 64 multis, 256 patches, all BPM rhythmic inspiration. So it's a fun library. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. This library is available at pluginguru.com. So please come there to get inspiration when you need it. All right. Thanks. And we'll see you later.